spot where it resonates. Yeah, just touch it. Right, just breathe.
Oh, cool.
Right? Master work.
I'm Yuri, and I'm an artist. My training started when I was 12. I was formally training with ballet intensively with a government art school in Philippines, and that was for an entire 4 to 6 years of my life. That was rigid training in ballet. When I went to Singapore, then I shifted my practice to contemporary. That's my first time opening myself in the role of contemporary dance. And that changed a lot of how I see my practice, how I view my personal research in my body. And yeah, now it's still that one. I'm still a contemporary dancer. And I am doing my own research with people with disabilities. There. I just got certified for Pilates, and I'm currently my brother's personal instructor. And there's that. Sometimes point shoes, sometimes tap shoes. Second, that's just 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then I go on one straight, and then another straight. And I repeat that again. 1 is a straight, and I come up, and I just turn around. Go.
Line them up, 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 line, 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 line. Be in line, keep in line. In line 4. In line, 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 lines. Be in line, line.
watching from heaven.
Spin. Goodness. Spin.
uncontrolled, I see.
Brothers watching.
Spin lah. Spin. You like it? Spin.
Brothers
Spin lah.
watching.
Spin.
From heaven.
Spin lah. Spin.
I think this one makes it a lot more unexpected because, as I've said at the beginning, it's my first time using my shoes, and an improvisation jam. There are moments it was very misleading with the nuances in my body, because with my pointers I automatically, like, it's anatomically given that I have to pull it up because it's otherwise going to be so painful. So it's a lot of misleading, like nuances where do I get this? You know how ballet is, like, it's always on stage. There's this feeling of elite and almost fairy-like, that kind. But the setting did not give me that one, and it's almost begging me to like break into it. So it's that moment where I really was like, how do I break into that, but at the same time utilize those things that are on my feet.
I felt a little bit detached from what you were doing, and I felt very intimidated by the points. And I saw you walking on these on points, and then you were everywhere on the points, and they're very. When you see as a little girl and you look at the ballerina and you dream about it, but when you are close to it and you can imagine what is the foot position inside and what it takes in terms of strength and also acceptance of pain somehow to get there, then it becomes a big scale. And so I in my childish storytelling in my brain today was I had to seek refuge. I had to find a shelter for me. That was a fantasy storytelling, really a childish storytelling. You were alien, so I had to be very careful. You were very intimidating. And not you.
I understand.
The shape that you were representing, and then the shadows, of course, I was there. Like, okay, I don't want to get there. I don't want to get there. There were a lot of unexpected things that were rather not scary, but troublesome or unsettling. So this is why I kept creeping around like a caterpillar. Like, okay, let me find a little.
Yeah, it was very difficult to track you. You kept going. You crept into darkness,
Yes.
which I basically cannot, locate and find and film you. I can see you with my naked eye, but the camera is not picking you up.
I played the caterpillar today, the worm, the little worm.
In terms of comfort, I think the beginning was, it was very alienating to me as well. Like, I couldn't find the connection with what's happening, and it felt foreign. But after the spinning, oh my god, I felt more like relaxed and at home with the space. I think it's because during that time I was starting to feel my toes. It was like throbbing. I feel it burning. So after turning, is there a word such as discombobulated, like disorientated? Is there a word like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't know where my front is. I don't know where's the door. So literally when I was spinning, I know if I stop, I'll get more dizzy. So I just kept on going, and it felt very, how do I say? That made me relax for some reason, because my pain tolerance from this one, I didn't even have to think about, okay, I'm tolerated. It just disappeared completely. I was just thinking, it's like, oh, there, that's the word. It's like I was on limbo. It was like this. I felt so free, and I didn't want to stop, because if I stopped, then I'd feel dizzy. But then just going around that cone when you were helping me, and this one, like I literally felt that I could stay, I can go on continuously. So strange. It was so strange.
In general, with this, it's when it comes to presents, when it comes to jam and trying out and being site specific, it's really facing the elements. Very counterintuitive if you come from a place where you are only, working in a so-called studio and then perform in a theater. So all those places are always kept really safe. So for me, a lot of time, I feel that it's not allowing the practitioners' senses to be more, there's no stick, to be more sensitive. Everything is just so safe and used to, but you will do no wrong on stage.
Coming into the at the start of the session as well with my shoes on. At the back of my head, there's a lot of like worries, like, oh my god, the floor is not sprung. Okay, good luck to my knees. Oh, it's slippery. Okay, good luck to my butt. Or if I fall, you know, there were a lot of those issues at the back of my head. And then somehow along the way, it just vanished. Like unexpectedly, it just vanished. And I think at the beginning, I told myself, okay, I'm not gonna place my feet in the middle of the cones. I'm probably gonna fall. But then the moment that I touched, I was like, it's soft. Okay, maybe we can try start against the wall first. And oh, it worked. And then I started working my way up. You know, I was like a little kid learning how to walk. It's like, oh, it's not so bad. Not as bad as I thought it would. So I think it would be fine. Yeah.
That's a wrap for today. Okay, just some final words
Final word.
for the team, yourself, you know, any other guests, artists.
Final words.
Like,
I think just for myself. It gave me a bit more courage to break the, especially ballet lah. Oh my god, like it's so black and white, like it's book based, that kind. That even though aesthetically it doesn't match at all, there's some sort of comfort in mixing it with something else and dissecting it.
I had a question and respond to what you were saying about being confused in the beginning. What kind of confusion was that? Was it an annoying kind of confusion? Was it kind of unsettling? What was it?
Unsettling. It was very unsettling for me.
But wait, how did you embrace it? Did you do something to try to embrace it, or you kind of just let it
I just
reside
let
in
it-
you?
Yeah, after getting dizzy, after spinning so many times, I just got dizzy. Went with it and I didn't realize.
But that was already quite deep into
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah, it was quite.
So it took you a long time
Yeah.
to actually get comfortable.
Yeah, it did. It did. At the beginning, I was like, it's so hard to to explain because the technique in ballet is like it's just embedded, like you know, like even when I talk to my previous colleagues who are classically trained, who are not open to like experimentations and researches and stuff. It's almost like an insult for them to put ballet into something else other than a proscenium stage and something else other than something that's very elite and you know withholding that. It could just be me, it could just be my understanding, but that's how I understood it.
I cannot say that I enjoy being confused, but I accept, and actually I use it as a point of departure, in the sense of like I'm coming from here. I can come from confusion. I can come from not knowing, and be fine with it.
Yeah.
In fact, I sometimes welcome that because it's fun. It's fun to not know. It's fun to be surprised.